Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome back. This one, I'm going to show you how to do a fill and a rebalance on my pointer finger. A fill for here, let's start off by saying that I honestly waited way too long to get a fill. So basically, I prepped my nail plate and everything. That's why it looks really dry and dehydrated right now. So basically, this is my nail plate and this is the product. So what I need to do is I need to fill all of this back over here. But if we turn the nail sideways, you're going to see that my apex is now located all the way down here. But if we look at this nail that I just did, you're going to see that my apex starts right over here. And if we move this over here, you're going to see the difference between this nail and this nail. I am now filling in the back area, and this is what I call a type of a rebalance. I am filling in the back area here. I'm establishing my apex, and then on top of that, you see the tip of my extension here. See how the tip of my extension is now pointed really far down? That I also need to rebalance. You see here how the tip of this extension goes out perfectly straight, and this is what we call a parallel lower arch. That is what I need to do to my pointer finger. I'm first going to go in with what we call a slip layer. I'm generally just putting this down essentially just to make sure, because I'm working with a lot of product, that the product knows where to go, and essentially it's not going to go anywhere that it shouldn't go. I'm going to go back in, get a very big bead. Something like this. Might be too much, but let's just start out with this. Put that back there. Okay, now I'm going to start with here, with the free edge part first. So we're going to roll this off. And do not worry if this does not look pretty, because at first this will not look pretty, but you still want to keep like the shape of the nail that you're doing. So I'm just going to wipe off the excess in the pot. I'm going to try to keep the shape as I'm going. And I don't have any primer or bonder right now on the back, which is why I'm trying not to make sure I don't get any product on my nail plate right now. I probably should have put that on there. When I drop this over this way, and you can't see it right now, but what I'm doing is gravity is now forcing the product to go right into the center, like so. I'm going to pop this in the lamp, and I'm going to give this a full cure. Now, what I normally do, which I went completely out of order, is I normally put the base coat on the part where I'm filling in now, and I put a slip layer over the whole entire nail, and I didn't do that. So I'm going completely out of order. And I know someone's going to say, well, why are you showing us how to do this? It might just be simpler just to remove everything and just to, you know, pop on a nail form or a tip and just go from there. And guess what? You know what? To each their own. And if that's easier for you, just to remove all of the product and to start from scratch, go ahead. But sometimes, depending on the length of the nail and the time you have for your service, sometimes honestly, doing a fix like this, as I said, depending on the length of the extension, is going to be easier than removing all the product, especially if you're using hard gel and Acrygel, because the Acrygel system from Magic Gel does not soak off because it's like hard gel base. So you have to remember, if you're using something like liquid and powder, also known as acrylic, then yes, you can completely soak that off, start from scratch. I do know that some Acrygel based products do soak off because the company / manufacturer does put solvents in their formula, but not every Acrygel system actually does soak off. So I'm just showing you this just to give you another option besides actually removing all the product. Now I'm going to pop this in the lamp, give this a cure, and then we're going to start filing everything. Let's start off with going in with my hand file. I need to bring up the tip, the free edge portion here. I'm going to work from side to side, or if not, I'm going to file up this way. I'm going to start off by filing up this way at the free edge. And then you check, and I have to file this up more. This is why you would use a dust collector. And we're gonna file this up more. And see, when I file this up, see how everything goes flat on the extension here? But see how this extension, if I turn my finger, everything has a nice curve to it. This is what we're going to carve out underneath everything that is flat. Okay, we're going to pick that up. And if I need to, you can just go from side until you get it straight. I was using this file. I need a new file. Now that this looks like this, I need to, if I flip my finger over, the free edge right here, I'm just going to pick that up. Like this. And now what I have to do is, this is more of now an almond shape. I'm doing now more of a pointed almond, almost a stiletto. If you look at my pointer finger next to my middle finger, my pointer finger from my knuckle twists going in this direction. Now when I file, I'm going to file a little bit more on this side to keep the point going in this direction ever so slightly. I'm going to have the point pointed a little bit more here. So if I were to follow the direction of my nail, it's going to look slightly crooked, and I personally don't like that. So I'm going to make sure that when I file the point, it's going to go with this knuckle and not with the direction of my nail plate. I'm not going to angle my file this way. I'm going to hold it completely straight, like parallel to my nail extension. Okay. And when you think you got that, you're going to turn that over. And what you do to one side, you always have to repeat to the other. Just remember that one. Okay. And since this is more of a pointed almond, that means this part here, I like to call it the belly, is going to be slightly rounded like this. When I carve everything out from underneath, you're going to see that I'm holding my hand really steady. So please make sure you are doing that so you don't accidentally slip while using the e-file. So first, I'm going to start out by going in the forward direction, and then I'm going to go in the reverse direction. And then occasionally, you're going to see me going with my nylon brush and then cleaning the dust. While I'm doing this, I'm removing as much bulk from the underneath side as I possibly can, and I'm making sure that my free edge, aka my sidewalls, are not too thick. Then I'm using my sanding band to smooth out any of the top part of my nail so I don't have to hand file as much. I hope that helps. I'm going to insert a picture. This is what it looked like when we first started, and this is what it looked like now that we are all finished. So I hope this video helped everyone with how to do a full complete rebalance, from moving the apex back, your fill, and also rebalancing the tip of the nail extension too. I know not everyone does this type of full rebalance. Everything I use will be listed in the description box below, and I'll talk to everyone soon. Bye!